I join Jim in thanking our plaintiffs from the bottom of our hearts. We owe a great debt of gratitude to all of you. Your courage and your willingness to open your lives to public scrutiny has allowed all of us to celebrate today the freedom to marry in Illinois. We also owe huge thanks to you, our donors. You gave to Lambda Legal, you attended our events, you supported our litigation, you volunteered, and you also gave to the coalition Illinois Unites for Marriage, so thank you. You will hear momentarily about the extraordinary contributions of Fred Eychaner to securing the freedom to marry in Illinois. And as we celebrate our success, I'd like to mention just a couple of other people among us tonight. We first approached Kirkland & Ellis to ask them to co-counsel a marriage lawsuit with us in 2009. And after years of work, the firm launched the case with us in 2012 in a case that was closely coordinated with the case that was brought by the ACLU. Anti-gay organizations fought us at every turn, and Kirkland & Ellis fought back with brilliance and professionalism. We were in the middle, actually, of briefing our summary judgment motion in state court when the legislature enacted the marriage bill. And many firms might have said at this point, well, we're done. Marriage will be a reality for all families in Illinois in a mere 7 months. But not Kirkland & Ellis. I called partner Jordan Hines to tell him of a brave woman, Vernita Gray, who was terminally ill and who wanted to fight for her right to marry the love of her life, Pat Ewert. She knew she might not make it until June 1st when the marriage law would take effect. And I asked Jordan to file a federal case with us. And our goal was to move up the effective date, not just for this remarkable couple, but for all couples in Illinois. And Jordan's response was, and I remember these exact words, well, that's aggressive. I like it. Days later, we won an order allowing Vernita and Pat to marry, and days after that, Kirkland & Ellis had filed a new lawsuit together with Miller, Schechtman, and Beam at the ACLU on behalf of all couples in Illinois who apply to marry before June 1st. The final order in that case, which came down in February, declaring Illinois' marriage ban unconstitutional, has now been cited as justification for striking down the marriage bans in Indiana, Ohio, came down, and all couples had the right to seek a marriage license in Cook County regardless of sexual orientation. I promised Jordan we would never again ask him to co-counsel another marriage lawsuit in Illinois. But we then had the misfortune to attend a donor event at the very moment when we were seeking co-counsel for our marriage lawsuit in Indiana. And so Kirkland & Ellis is again fighting for the freedom to marry in a new state. Know, and you probably do, about the achievements of our beloved Midwest Regional Director, Jim Bennett. Jim led our effort in Springfield to pass marriage legislation. He had a Herculean task. His job was not only to secure the votes in the House, but also to protect the language of the bill from those who wished to water it down or to use the bill as some sort of Trojan horse, as a vehicle through which to gut our existing non-discrimination laws. And this was hard enough. But then, after the bill was not brought to the floor in May, Jim's job became even more crucial. As chair of Illinois Unites for Marriage, he kept our diverse coalition together and focused on our common goal, which was winning marriage, at a time when frustration and disappointment threatened to cause us all to rip apart. Jim kept us on track, often with a joke and always with a smile, and he was part taskmaster and part magician. Jim's leadership earned trust and brought together an unprecedented array of diverse organizations, including some who took a particularly brave and principled stand for us in solidarity. When the Illinois Commission on Immigrant and Refugee Rights stood up for equality, the Catholic Church demanded that each of its member organizations denounce it or get defunded, in some cases depriving smaller organizations of almost all of their annual budget. The Alphawood Foundation led the effort to create the Solidarity Fund and brought funders together, completely replacing the lost money. Our marriage successes this year also would never have been possible without Christopher Clark, who not only camped out in Springfield to protect our bill's language, but also co-counseled all 3 marriage cases in Illinois, in addition to arguing before 2 state Supreme Courts this year, heading up our national youth and schools work, and filing suit on behalf of 2 men whom a cab driver tried to kick out on the shoulder of the Kennedy Expressway for exchanging a kiss, and filing suit on behalf of a woman who was denied treatment in violation of the Affordable Care Act solely because she is transgender. Additionally, you should know about the incredible accomplishments of my colleague Scott Shottis, who has led the charge against criminalization of people with HIV, including co-counseling a case with Christopher on behalf of a young man with no detectable viral load, who was sentenced to 25 years imprisonment for engaging in safe sex, which did not transmit HIV. More recently, Scott literally saved thousands of lives in Louisiana by filing suit and winning emergency relief, preventing 3 major insurers, the only ones on the exchange in Louisiana, from kicking lower-income people with HIV off of their rolls. We couldn't be more proud of Scott's work and the way in which he's inspired advocates nationwide to renew their efforts to challenge HIV discrimination. So again, thank you, all of you, for being here and for your support of Lambda Legal this year, which has made our past successes possible, which has allowed us to hire our newest addition to our attorney staff, Kyle Palazzolo, and you give us hope for even greater achievements in the years to come. Thank you.